Hello and welcome back. This is Henry of Skalitz and I'm playing Kingdom Come Deliverance on PlayStation 4. This is the second part of my walkthrough. As you can see, I still have one task to perform for my daddy. That's to buy ale at the tavern. So I best go off and do that. Now, one thing that slightly disappointed me about this part of the game is that Skalitz Castle, I can't go and have a look around. Now I love castles. Oh look, is that Kunesh? Where's Kunesh going? Hello Kunesh. Yeah, I can't get to explore it. And I love castles. So that was a bit of a disappointment. Even in later on in the game when there's nobody about, I can't actually go in. So hopefully that's something that they can add on later. So right now I'm going to go off and see if I can get some ale for Father. Hopefully get through this part of the game as quickly as I can. Oh, and here we have the cutscene. Now if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at hskalitz.
You can't be serious, Deutsch. Insulting our king.
What insult? I say only the truth. Sigismund has done only what he had to.
He had to abduct the king. He had to lure his cousin Prokop into a trap and imprison him. He had to invade with his army of Tatars and besiege Kuttenberg.
Why not? What is this Wenceslas for a king? The empire is falling asunder in his hands. The German counts elected Ruprecht of the Palatinate as king because your Wenceslas would not go to their deeds even.
German counts. Traitors.
Now even the Pope
God be with you,
is
Henry.
opposed to your king.
I'm with you, Matthew.
So are such lords as
What's going on here?
Rosenberg,
Deutsch is spouting
even the
shit.
Austrian dukes Albrecht
What?
and
Just
Wilhelm
listen and you'll
are
hear for yourself.
Someone has to bring order and reunite the empire.
What do I care about the Austrians? And nowadays, not even the devil himself can keep up with all the popes. Which is the rightful pope? The one in Rome or the one in Avignon?
Do not blaspheme, Alex.
No, it's true, though. Wenceslas is the king of Bohemia. Bohemian nobles are on his side. To hell with Rosenberg and his cabal. Sir Radzig is Wenceslas' commander-in-chief. He stayed loyal to the king. And if he heard you talking like this, he would have you whipped like a dog.
Your deed will soon have nothing left to rule. Jobst had to sell Luxembourg to help your king. South Bohemia is with Sigismund
And don't forget about Kuttenberg, where Germans like you kissed Sigismund's feet to keep their heads.
Yes, but
Goodman Deutsch, this is pointless. Let us talk of more pleasant things.
My words exactly.
Deutsch has gone too far. Wenceslas is our rightful king.
Deutsch is an idiot.
It's
What
Henry
can you do?
stirring up
I
trouble.
might have an idea. Deutsch deserves to be taught a lesson. Doesn't he, Fritz?
Too right, Matthew. Should give him a proper hiding.
Are you mad? Do you want to end up in the pillory? Don't listen to Fritz. I've got a better idea. Deutsch was talking such shit, it made me think of that huge parliament. You know, the one right next to his freshly whitewashed house.
You think we should redecorate for him? Count me in.
Well, I'd rather torch it, to be honest. But throwing some tears will do.
What do you say, Henry?
But I was going to get ale for Father and a few other things. We're finishing Sir Radzig's sword.
Come on. Throwing a few handfuls of manure is not going to take all day.
And it's our duty to defend the honor of our king.
So, how? Are you with us?
Well, I might as well do it. It's kind of useful. You
well.
don't have to do it.
Father can wait a while.
My words
Another good thing about this game is that
I knew you
you
wouldn't miss
can
out on
make
all the
choices
fun.
for yourself.
Let's go.
So we're going to wander off to the Deutsch's house to throw manure at it. Now, I could just say no, I don't want to, and then just go and watch what happens and not get into trouble. But I am going to do this because I just think at this point it's good to get as much of your stats up as you possibly can to help you later on in the game.
So are we doing this or not?
Wait. We have to check that the coast is clear.
Why? The Deutsch is in the tavern.
But maybe you noticed after all these years that he has a wife and a son.
And that's a problem?
Aye, it is. Henry, you go and lure her away somehow.
Why me?
Because you're the clever one.
Yeah.
And you're definitely not. Yes. Here we go. I'm going to charm lady.
What do you want, lad?
Yep, he's
I
definitely
just went by
making
the
trouble.
tavern and your husband was in there talking nonsense. I thought someone should take him home before he gets himself in trouble.
What sort of nonsense?
Well, he kept saying that Sigismund was right and King Wenceslas is a drunkard, that sort of thing. Some people took exception, so I thought...
God almighty, the fool. Next thing he'll start on about the popes.
He might have mentioned the popes too.
Thank you for telling me. I just hope I can catch him before he gets into another fight.
Off she goes. And the music in this game is quite impressive.
What are you waiting for, soldier? Fire the trebuchet! For king and country!
For king and country, my ass. This is all good, clean, fun.
Nearly as good as having that traitor in the pillory. Nearly. Now that would be sweet.
That's for Sigismund!
Woohoo! Eat shit, Deutsches.
You bastards! What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Hey, Hans, can't you see? We're decorating your house for you.
It's like your old man was saying in the tavern about that traitor Sigismund. We're just doing what we have to do.
Oh, sons! I'll make those smiles off your faces!
Oh, I'd like to see you try. What are you doing here, Zbigniew? Hanging out with this poxy Deutscher? Maybe you'd like to try out the latest German fashion.
Fucker! I'll make you pay for that.
Here we go, into another fight.
Jesus Christ! Insolent, well...
Yeah, that's that job done. Let's go deal with Zbigniew.
For God's sake! Stop right now! The catch pole is on his way!
Oh, run for it! Now, I found the best way to get away from the catch pole is to disappear up here. Yep, completed. Meet the lads at Kunesh's. That's handy. So yeah, will have improved my stats a bit there. I've got some strength now, so I think blocking an opponent's strikes with your shield will cost you 30% less. I don't have a shield yet, but I think I'll grab that for now. Main level. I think I'm going to go for this one. I hardly ever use it, but I know that there are a few treasure maps in the game that you can only access if you bump into wayfarers whilst you're fast travelling. So I've managed to avoid the catch pole, and I'm going to head over to Kunesh's. Now the only thing is, even though I've not been caught by the catch pole, there were witnesses that know I was there, so it's highly likely that I'm going to get it in the neck at some point. Ooh, what's in here? Anything? No, it's just a hay barn. Ooh, wood. There's no chopping of the wood in this game. And while I'm waiting for the lads, a wash. Stand here and wait. Here we go, there's Matthew on his way, and that looks like Fritz. Anybody else? Oh, there's Matthias. Here we go then. So I shall talk to the brainy one.
Well, we sorted that Deutsch out.
That was pretty close, eh?
That old bastard didn't stand a chance.
True, but I'm worried that fucker Hans will snitch on us.
Well, let him. Then I'll snitch on him. And anyway, what can they do to us for throwing a bit of dung?
Good point. It's not as if anyone really likes the Deutsch.
It's a good thing your Hanko warned us.
Well-behaved girl like that. I'm surprised she didn't call the catch pole.
She must have seen Matthias.
What do you mean?
Because he fancies her. And I think maybe she likes the look of him too.
Hey.
Shut up, you idiot.
Anyway, nice job at the Deutsches. Never a dull moment with you lot.
Alright, I'm just going to see if I can talk to Fritz and get some lockpicks off
Jesus,
him.
look where
No
you're
option
going.
there to talk to him, so I don't know how I'd be able to do that. But that's fine. The chest I want to lockpick, that's going to be still here later. So I'm going to head back to the tavern and get Father his ale and get the story moving.
Fabric, red, buttons, laces. Come, people, come.
There she is. Let's talk to Bianca.
Welcome, Henry.
Oh, she won't let me talk to her. There we go. Oh, I've got to talk to her inside.
God save, my lovely. You're looking well today.
You too, handsome. What brings you here?
You
Beauty,
do.
of course.
Oh, noble sir. I'm as honored as any simple maid can be. And apart from my beauty, what else might your worship desire?
I need ale for father.
A pitcher as usual?
Aye. Bring me a cool one from the cellar.
But of course. Here you are.
Thanks.
It's on me today. You can pay me back this evening.
Out of the question. Here you go. And this evening I'll have something more for you.
I can't wait.
Thanks. You'll have something to look forward to this evening.
You too. Oh, by the way, that shifty-looking fellow was asking after you.
Vanya?
I suppose. He's a man who makes his coin robbing honest wayfarers. I'm sure of it. I'll be happy when he's gone for good. But what in heaven's name are you up to with him?
He promised to teach me how to use a sword.
What use would that be to you?
Enough. You sound just like father. I'll be going now. See you this evening.
Hal, I've got something special for you.
Is that so? Now what would that be?
Your favorite Savior Schnapps.
Really? You're an angel.
I hope you'll thank me properly later.
You bet I will.
Yep, so we've got some more Saviour Schnapps. Now she's given me 5 of those. So I've actually got 7 in total now, and they're worth quite a bit of cash. So I don't think I'm going to need 7. I very rarely use these. One of the really good things about the game is that you can't just quick save a bit that's going to be a bit tricky. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to sell some. So I don't think I'm going to need that many at this point. So I'm going to sell 3. And you're going to get 53. That's the problem. She's got no money. I don't think she's really got anything worth buying either. Marigold decoction. Let me get a couple of them. But that's not going to help much either. Get 3.3. So I'll do that. I trade one for the other. And she hasn't got much cash left.
Naturally.
Since it's you.
Lowe's, drop the price a bit more and we'll shake on it.
I can't get the 5. Let's cancel that. Try again. Buy. Pretty sure these are the ones that I sold her earlier as well. You get 1.9.
Let's talk about the price.
Why not?
What about this?
That sounds pretty interesting. A little less and I'll be satisfied.
There we go.
Is this enough?
A nice sum. Just...
Here.
It's like I'm not getting away with that.
Well,
but what it has
very
done
much.
is increase my speech by giving her a tip. So that's handy. And that improves your reputation in the game. So right, I better head off back up here before Father's ale gets cold, or he's going to be grumpy. When you do things out of order, then it does have repercussions. So hopefully I've not faffed about too much in the tavern.
About time. Have you got everything I wanted?
I have charcoal, the hilt, and the ale. We can start.
Good job. Let's have it then, son. Well done.
Here we go.
Right. Let's see what kind of job the master in Sasau did for us. Look at that, lad. Well, that's what I call craftsmanship.
What does the inscription mean?
Damned if I know. Doesn't look like Czech to me. Latin, maybe? Lord Radzig ordered it. Oh, this will be the finest sword I've ever made. We got the charcoal? Good. Then fire up the forge. We'll put it all together. By the way, someone paid me a call. I reckon you might know what it was about.
I'm not sure.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure you and your friends threw dung at Deutsch's freshly whitewashed house. He was here with the catchpole earlier, and it was not a friendly visit. What got into you, Hal?
That Deutsch was talking treason in the tavern about Sigismund and the king. He got what he deserved.
Got what he deserved, did he? You can go and clean up the mess you made and apologise to him. I have a trade to run. The German pays well, and having my son in the pillory helps nothing and nobody, least of all the king. You understand?
Yes.
Look me in the eye, Henry. Do you understand?
I understand.
Good. And we'll never have this conversation again.
So you think it's right to let traitors speak ill of our king?
The boy gets caught, making a fool of himself, and he still hasn't learned his lesson. So Deutsch spouts rubbish and what? You turn into a common thug. You might win a fight with violence, but you'll never win an argument. Remember, Henry, if you want to convince someone that they're wrong, try using your mouth and not your fists.
Henry's dad reminds me of Eddard Stark from Game of Thrones.
This is ready. Right, we'll do the grip. I'll heat it up, and when I take it out, you slip the grip on so it fits exactly. You know what you're doing. Do it.
Yep, there's a bit of health and safety issues here. Henry's dad has gloves and an apron on, and
once more.
Henry has no gloves on. This could go badly.
That's it. Done. Now file it down so it sits well in the hand. I'll prepare the guard.
Father, why did you leave Prague? Who ever heard of a master swordsmith making horseshoes in a village?
I had my reasons, Hal. And here I have your mother and you. Why would I want any other life?
Do you remember Emperor Charles?
I do. Life was good under his reign.
Better than now.
He built half of Prague, and a score of castles, had a bridge made over the Moldau, and founded a university, and all without a war. He knew how to rule.
Better than Wenceslas.
Better by far. But Wenceslas doesn't have it easy. It's hard to step into the shoes of someone whose like is born only once 1,000 years.
What about Sigismund?
Do you think Charles would have brought an army down on his own people like Sigismund? No. Wenceslas may not be the equal of his father, but Sigismund, he brings shame to the royal name. How's it going? Give it here, and we'll put it all together.
looks magnificent.
Indeed it is. The Lord be with you. My father sent me for those nails.
Teresa.
Good day to you, Teresa. They're ready. Will you fetch them for me, Hal? They're in the trunk in the living room.
Henry, are you alright?
Here are those nails you wanted.
Thanks. So, how's Bianca?
She's fine.
What are you loitering
Why do you
around
ask?
here for?
Just wondering, will you be going to the dance this evening?
We will.
Maybe we'll see each other there. Anyway, mustn't keep you. I'll be on my way. That sword is truly beautiful.
Bring those nails and don't...
Naughty boy.
Fine lass, eh? Now stop staring at her and come and see this. It's time for the trial by fire. We did a fine job.
I would expect nothing less from such a renowned swordsmith.
Those days are gone, sir.
You haven't lost your skills, though.
Would be interesting to know more about the history of Henry's dad.
Would you like to try it?
Sir, what good is a sword to a commoner?
Let him try it.
Maybe a prequel to this part of the story would be the way to do it.
You still have a lot to learn. Ask your father to show you how. He knows what he's about.
Learning his trade will serve him better in life, sir.
Perhaps. But who knows what the future holds for each of us. I see that you almost have it finished.
It just needs a polish, then Henry will bring it to you.
Excellent. Fine work, very fine. A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer. What say you, Svan?
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently. How odd to find such an accomplished swordsmith working in a place like this. A man of his talent would have no problem making a fortune in Prague or Vienna.
You're right. It's a very long and peculiar story.
I'd be glad to listen to it over a cup of wine, but duty calls, and I must leave. Here you are. Learn from your father. He truly is a master of his craft.
I'm sure our paths will cross again.
He certainly will.
Once it's ready, send your son up to me with it. Good work, Martin.
Sure.
It's been an honor, Sigismund. Have a safe journey to Sasau.
The honor is mine, Sir Radzik. Thank you for the hospitality.
A long, peculiar history.
That was a long time ago. I might tell you about it sometime, but not today.
Will you teach me how to use it like Sir Radzik said?
Why?
Well, it could come in useful. Maybe I'll travel a bit before settling down. I'd like to know more than the tavern on the green and the forge.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house.
Talk as if you've seen it happen.
A man my age has seen a lot. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory, but it has its benefits, like keeping your head on your shoulders. I want to end my days in Skalitz, here, beneath the linden tree and by your mother's side.
Well, so do I, one day. But first I'd like to see the world, meet new people.
Meet them, or beat them?
Meet. You have to keep going on about it.
Then you've no need to learn swordplay.
The messenger.
He was in a hurry. What's happened?
I've got a bad feeling about this. Hashtag Star Wars a solo story. Or something like that. It would be Sigismund and Marquardt von Aulitz. No, you don't stand there and point, you make it a run for it.
Listen to me now. Listen carefully. Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything else important from the trunk. Go to the castle. Hurry.
And what about you?
Your mother is in the village. I'll fetch her and we'll follow right behind.
I'll go with you.
No. You'll do what I say right now. Give the sword to Sir Radzik. If anything happens, he'll take care of you. He owes me.
Move! Come on, we're closing!
Move it, people!
Come on!
We're running
Come
out of
on!
time! Oh, Henry! Thank God! Get inside quick! We have to shut the gates!
Get running, people! Come on!
Mind this for me.
Are you mad? You can't go back!
See from watching the movies like this at this point that Warhorse put a lot of effort into this. Yeah, I think it would be interesting to play Martin in an earlier part of his life. As you can see, he does eventually become quite an accomplished swordsman.
Come on, Hal! You can still make it! Run!
Let's run, Henry, run.
Find a horse! Ride to town
Oh,
first.
cheers.
Tell them what's coming! Warn them!
Run by the moats! There's a path down there! Jump down from the wall and flee!
Sir Radzik looking on. Right, and here we are, leaving Skalitz. We are off on an adventure. I'll sprint a bit down this hill. As you can see, my stamina is going down quite a bit. What I've found out from other playthroughs of this is that there is a Cuman chasing me at this point on foot, so I can't just dawdle. I've got to run down here.
Don't touch me, or I'll kill you.
Oh, feisty, Teresa, feisty.
Go to hell, you Tatar beast!
Give Teresa a hand. That's helped. I'll leap on this horse quickly before they get me. And this horse is called Olena. Ah, got me. So it's just going to save the game and go to a cutscene here now. Since the patches, when this reloads to go back to me controlling the horse and running away, because of the length of time it's taken to save, I found myself knocked off my horse and bleeding. I'm not sure I would have reacted too well to being shot in the leg by an arrow at that close range. So I need to be ready to get moving here, or I'm in trouble. There we go. Yeah, I am bleeding. They're getting me with those arrows. Now, I could use a bandage to help with the bleeding, but at this stage, I can't because I'm currently in combat, as you can see by the gold swords at the top. So, my only choice is to just ride for Talmberg.
Run for it!
I'll zigzag a little bit because they will be shooting arrows at me. As you can see, the more I get shot and hurt, there's blood splatter in my eyes. At this point, as you're riding on, you're thinking, oh, I'd just love to stop and explore, see what's in these woods, follow that stream, see what's down there. But unfortunately you can't, because if I do, I die. Let's keep going, let's keep going.
Flee to Talmberg!
Across this bridge.
Go! They'll kill you all!
Oh, I appear to be getting hungry too. It doesn't rain, it pours. Now there's Talmberg Castle, so... There we go, did it.
Oh my God! Wait! Jesus Christ! Help! Skalitz has been attacked! Do something! Help! Quickly, everyone! Get your asses here!
Hey! And loose!
Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Luckily this time they're not closing the gate on me.
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you, and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the ground?
A huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours. Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out.
Yeah, I'm not sure that you would actually pull that kind of arrow out of his leg. Probably do more damage than good, but yeah, he seems to know what he's doing.
Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage? Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Kuttenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Right then, as you can see, the injuries I sustained earlier have gone, but now I'm very hungry. I don't think I've got any food on me at this point. Let's see. Yeah, I have some apples just to give me a bit of a boost while I wander down to the kitchens. Talk to Sir Robard.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
Okay, let's do that.
I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes. I can't understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
I like how people push past you in this game and then blame you.
Milady, you are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honoured.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojana here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed.
Talmberg's
How could he not be, poor soul?
desperate
After everything
housewife.
he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Go with Sir Robard to the kitchen. Right, so I'm hungry and I'm a bit tired, so I'm going to go to the pot and eat from that. And that's helped quite a bit. Ooh.
What the hell are you
Some
doing?
lentil mash. Roast duck. Might as well help myself at this point. Stock up as much as I can. Chances are a lot of this is going to spoil before I get a chance to eat it, but I'll get it anyway. Good roll.
I
Did
hear
as
you
much.
came from Skalitz today. It must have been terrible there.
Oh yes,
How
it was
did
terrible.
happen?
I'm not quite sure. This big army turned up and oh, killed everybody. You might be next.
How
Okay.
ill-mannered.
So I'm gonna eat lentil mash, cheese, $26. So you get a lot of nourishment out of a roast duck. That's gonna be too much at this point. There we go, 100 nourishment. I've got 23 energy, so, and this is good. As I'm walking around, extremely tired, I am getting blurry vision. Oh, I'm yawning as well. So I'm going to head off to bed. And this is the end of this playthrough of Kingdom Come Deliverance. Thank you for listening. And if you'd like to subscribe, please do. And, you know, some comments would be useful. And again, you can follow me on Twitter at Skalitz. Good night.